Well, hello, my name's Andrew, part of the staff team here in Broadwater Parish, and today I'm going to be talking to you about MyChurchSuite. MyChurchSuite is a brilliant like a website where you can find all the information about rotas that you're on, find contact details of other people in the church, check in on your home group, see previous emails, and perhaps most importantly, sign up for all the events that are happening. We've got a lot of events happening over the summer. So to access MyChurchSuite, you're going to go to the church website. You can search for it on Google, or you can go to broadwaterparish.org.uk. Then on any page of the website, scroll right down to the bottom and look out for this ChurchSuite icon here. It's like a circle with a cross in the middle. Click onto that. You'll need to enter your email or username. That's whatever email address that you've registered for ChurchSuite with. It's the email address that you get the newsletter to, for example. If you don't know, contact the office and we'll help you out. Then you'll need to enter your password. If you've forgotten your password, you can click on Forgotten Password and just follow the instructions to get a new password. So now I'm logged in. It takes me to the front page. I can see the featured events that are coming up soon. I can see my contact details so I can check if they're out of date. And I can see recent emails that I've received from ChurchSuite. But I've also got this menu on the left-hand side. And this just gives me even more features within ChurchSuite. And actually everything that's on the home page, there's a larger view of each of these items on the side. So firstly, my communication. Any email that I've been sent via ChurchSuite, that will appear in my communication. So if I get lots of emails from different places and I can't find the email, say from Renee and Steve, they're my home group leaders, I can come into my communication, I can see they've emailed me, I can click onto that and I can see the email within my ChurchSuite. I don't have to sort through lots of junk mail or anything like that. All the church communication is here on this page, as long as the email has been sent via ChurchSuite. Then my details. This is where if any of my contact details change, I can update my details in here. So my address, telephone number, etc. That can all be updated in here. I can even add a photo, which can just be really helpful for people to see who you are. I haven't added a photo yet, so I better do that. Your logins, you can change your password. Privacy is a really important one. So we'd love it if you were able to communicate with other people in your home group, other people on rotas, and just other people in the church that you need to communicate with. But we can only allow that to happen if you give your permission for that to happen. So I've given my permission for my email to be visible to other people in church so they can contact me via email. You might want to tick all of the boxes, or you might just want to tick specific boxes, depending on what you feel comfortable with sharing. But I do encourage you to share at least one way of contacting you, just to make it easier for your home group and other people on rotas to keep in touch and check in on you. And then finally, communication. This is how you configure what communication you receive from the church. So most importantly, general emails, rota reminder emails, phone calls and posts. We would love it if you gave us your permission to send all of that information. We don't actually use SMS, so it doesn't really matter whether or not you tick those. We don't generally tend to text you via ChurchSuite, but do tick the rest of them, and that just allows us to keep in touch with you. The next section is children. That would allow you to update any information about your children, including things like emergency contact details or any allergies, or even to add an additional child if your family is growing. Then events. We've got all kinds of events happening. We've got the featured events up here, and then a whole list of all the events happening in the next 5 weeks. If you want to see further ahead, you can search for an event by name. So maybe I'll search for The Gathering. And that brings that up. Or, let's just clear that. I can browse through events, so I can look at events in July. This is what we've got going on in July. The ladies' meal, the quiz with a twist, the men's meal, and then tots and toddlers each Wednesday as well. So with the events, if I want to sign up for something, maybe I want to sign up for the quiz with a twist, I can click onto that, and then there's an option there to sign up for that event. So really easy way to see what's happening in church and sign up for new events. And then home groups. This is where I see all the members of my home group. And if they've selected to, I'll also see their contact details. So it's really good to encourage your home group to at least tick one of the options so that they've got some contact details here so you can keep in touch with one another. If you notice somebody's missing, do let your home group leader know because they can update this list of members. And do be checking in on this regularly and using this as a reminder to pray for your home group, to think about who in your home group might need a phone call or some other support. Home groups are there to care for one another. And if you're not in a home group, I really do encourage you to join a home group. Even if you're not able to attend the meetings, it would be great if you could be part of a home group so that you can support and pray for one another. After home groups, my teams. This is where I see all the teams that I'm a part of, any rotas that I'm on. So I can see across all my rotas what dates I'm doing what. So this Sunday I'm leading at the 10 a.m. Next Sunday I'm preaching at the 10 a.m. and then leading at the 6 p.m. So you'll be able to see across all your rotas what you've got coming up. You can add unavailability. So if you're going on holiday, you can click this button and enter in when you're going to be on holiday or just otherwise unavailable. And that just lets rota leaders know if they're producing a new rota, they can see, okay, Andrew's not available on this particular date, so I won't put them on the rota. If you're already on a rota and you add some unavailability, they won't necessarily see that. So you do need to also, if you're already on a rota, make sure you communicate with the rota leader if you're unable to do a particular date. And perhaps you can arrange a swap with other people on the rota. You can also see the full rotas that you're part of. So the leader preacher rota for St Mary's 10 a.m. I'm a part of that, so I can see that rota and I can see everybody who is on that rota right up until the end of the rota, which actually isn't much for this particular rota because we're coming to the end of this rota. I can also send an email to everybody on the rota from here. So for example, if I'm unavailable for a particular date, I could then email out everyone on the rota, hey, could anyone swap with me for this date? And you can send that email directly via ChurchSuite. So even if people haven't made their contact details available, you can still contact them via ChurchSuite in that way. I'm just going to cancel this because I don't want to email everyone on the leader and preacher rota. Finally, if there's a particular person in church that you want to get in touch with, you can search for them here. So I can just search for myself, and you can see then if they've chosen in the My Details section, if they've chosen to make their contact details available to other church members, they will appear here. And then finally, a bunch of links to the church website, the YouTube where you can catch up on services, and the parish Facebook where often news is posted, as well as it'll be in the newsletter as well, often if it's on Facebook too. So that's MyChurchSuite, a really helpful tool for keeping in touch with everything that's going on in church. Don't forget to be praying for your home group and checking in on your home group. Don't forget to update your privacy details, to make some contact details available, just to help us keep in touch with one another. Thanks for watching.